Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the Piedmont Unitarian Church, Unitarian Universalist Church. Piedmont UU sits on the traditional land of the Catawba, the Kiowa, and Shiguri peoples. We honor them. My name is Elaine Deck, and I will be the worship assistant this morning for the Reverend Dr. Amy Rio. We are a flourishing, vibrant, and radically welcoming congregation which promotes diversity, inclusion, and social justice. We provide a safe haven for creative intellectual growth, spiritual development, and a deep sense of community for all who join us. We hope that our liberal religious values will challenge you to join us as a community that lives boldly and acts justly. To all of our visitors and our members, we're very glad you're here, whether in person or with us online, and we do hope to see you again. Your presence is a gift to us. A few announcements this morning. You are invited to the annual Charlotte Pride Interfaith Worship Service today at 4 p.m. at Holy Trinity Lutheran Church here in Charlotte. Reverend Amy is one of the 3 speakers this year. I'm so proud. Charlotte Pride is next weekend, and we need some more volunteers to help us out in our booth, both on Saturday and Sunday. So please check your email notification, the weekly notice, for the link to sign up. The University Women's Group will meet this coming Saturday from 1 to 3 at Karen H.'s house. Kat will bring some games, or you could bring some easy-to-learn games to share with our women's group friends. You can bring dessert to share, and Karen H. will provide coffee and unsweetened drinks. Please eat your lunch before you come. And if you'd like to attend, please connect with Karen H. or email womensgroupug@puuc.org. Chalice circles are small groups that meet regularly to explore our monthly themes through reflection, thoughtful conversation, and deep listening. Groups typically meet once each month from September through June, with meeting days and times determined by each group. We are seeking facilitators for the coming year, and we need people to register if they would like to join a Chalice Circle. The deadline is very quickly approaching, so please check the I have a problem this morning. Our weekly email notification to sign up. And just as a side, I've been here for 15 years, and probably at least 13 of those years I've been in a Chalice Circle or facilitated one. And it's one of the most remarkable experiences since I've been here. It connects us to people who we may not know very well within the congregation. We look at wonderful topics that are well prepared for the person who is in the group and for the facilitator. So please think about joining. It's really a wonderful experience. Next Sunday is the Blessing of Animals service. So please bring your people-friendly animal companion or a photo of them or even a special stuffed animal for a blessing. Join us also for a new 9-part adult RE book discussion exploring American struggle, democracy, dissent, and the pursuit of a more perfect union by John Meacham, one of my all-time favorite authors. Facilitated by Piedmont UU church member Ray, this series will examine the ongoing story of American democracy, the challenges it has faced, and the people and movements who have shaped our nation's continuing pursuit of justice and freedom. The discussion group will meet via Zoom on the third Wednesday of each month from 6:30 to 8 o'clock p.m., starting September 16th. If you'd like to learn more about this and registering, Jay, you want to raise your hand? Right. Is he here? There he is. I thought so. If you'd like to learn more before registering, Ray will host a brief question and answer after the service today. He'll be here to give details about how the discussion group will function and answer any questions that you may have about the material. We want to be sure and talk to Ray because I'm going to be first in line. Donna, would you like to come? We have a guest who'd like to share with us a bit our shared plate partner this month coming up.
Thank you, Elaine. Good morning. Our Share the Plate partner this month, for whom we're also collecting donation supplies, there's a crate out there, and it will be there this Sunday, next Sunday, and the following Sunday. And then we'll take it all to Time Out Youth. Time Out Youth Center offers support, advocacy, and opportunities for personal development, social interaction to lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning youth ages 13 to 24. So it's age inclusive on the definition of youth as well, I think. I want to thank Ann Lukaitis for sharing the specific history of Time Out Youth and Piedmont UUC with me so I can share it with you today, and some of you may also know this so you can read along. Tonda Taylor was a member of Piedmont UU very early in the church's history. She was a lesbian and very concerned about gay and lesbian teens ending up alone and homeless, something that we continue to worry about. And she felt it keenly in part because of her own struggles growing up gay in Charlotte in the 1950s. She left Charlotte for New York in the 60s and then returned to be with her family to Charlotte in the 80s. And she started the organizing for what would become Time Out Youth in 1990, and it was very small at first. On April 8th, 1991, 4 gay and lesbian youth attended their first weekly discussion group. Since then, Time Out Youth has served tens of thousands of area youth in their journey towards self-discovery. Above all, they value the voice of the youth they serve and commit to adapting to the unique and changing challenges they face each day. And also said that Dr. Jim Alderman, a pediatrician and charter member of our church, served as treasurer on the first Time Out Youth board. So those in PUC who have known this history and said to me feel a very special closeness to Time Out Youth. And I feel that closeness too. My own personal connection to Time Out started in 2014 when my older child came out to me as queer. They had grown up in what we thought was a very welcoming home, and they still had a really hard time telling us because we don't live in a broadly welcoming society. And you will remember the testimony about PFLAG last month and how important their work is for parents and other family members who cherish and support their LGBTQIA+ loved ones. But there are many things that parents can't do. And there's something so special and important about places for teens and young adults to meet each other away from their parents with other trusted adults. You can never have too many trusted adults in your kids' lives. And Time Out provides a safe space for them to figure out who they are and who they're becoming as they grow and change and learn more about what's possible. There was so much that I didn't know and that they didn't know about what was possible. And Time Out provides that space for Charlotte Youth, provided that space for my kid, and I'm very grateful that that child is now 26 years old. My child made friends. They went to a Time Out organized queer prom, which was fantastic. I hope they still do that. And they truly began to thrive in an independent way thanks to this organization. Our kids need a whole community to grow up safe and whole, and Time Out is a special and crucial part of that community. And I'm very pleased to have learned that it's also part of our PUUC family. So that's who we're sharing our plate with, and that's who we're giving donations to this month. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. For other important information about our vibrant community, please see your order of service, or if you're on our email list, please check your monthly newsletter and weekly announcements. Whatever brought you to this place at this hour, we welcome you. May you find something you need, and may you leave richer in spirit than when you arrived.
Hear now these words from Sangye Hawk. With the lighting of this flame, let us grow the radiance of joy. With the lighting of this flame, let us spark the brilliance of hope. With the lighting of this flame, let us shine upon the hearts of all those who suffer, who yearn, and who crave the joyful noise of community. All beings, not one left behind. I invite you to please join me now in singing the words to lighting of our chalice, the symbol of our faith. I invite you to please rise and body your spirit for a call to worship found in your bulletin. Dear humans, the one with senses that witness and hearts that break, the ones with brokenness and bruises, seen and unseen, know you are blessed just by being.
Dear humans, who struggle through changing tides and crashing waves, the ones who dig deep and hold on tight, and the ones who run up the beach to the safety of the dunes, know you are precious and that you have choices.
You who let joy kindle your souls, even when outside forces would wish to blow out the flame. Know you are lovely and wonderful. You who study, research, express, and innovate, who question and test and experiment, know you are needed and valued in your curiosity.
You who struggle, who love, who yearn for more and better and
Keep your precious ways, which bring more loving into the world. Cherish your innovations and your choices. And dear humans, know that you are blessed just by being. Our opening hymn is found in our gray hymnal. It's number 360, Here We Have Gathered. Please be seated. We invite any of our young ones to come forward for the time for all ages. Miss Jennifer is away at the Our Whole Lives Training, or OWL, which some of you who've been around a while know how wonderful that is. And so we thank Miss Gazette for stepping in and helping out today.
Good morning, everyone. It's so lovely to see you all. I'm so glad you could join us. I have a book here today I'm going to read from. It's called When the Wind Stops. It's by Charlotte Zolotow, and it's illustrated by Stefano Vitali. All right. It is an unusual name. All right. The great, bright yellow sun had shone all day, and now the day was coming to an end. The light in the sky changed from blue to pink to a strange, dusky purple. The sun sank lower into the long, glowing clouds. The little boy was sorry to see the day end. He and his friend had played in the garden, and when they were tired of playing, they lay down in the grass and felt the sun on them, warm and soft, like sleepy cats resting. There had been icy lemonade in the afternoon, which they drank under the pear tree, and the little boy's father read him a story on the front porch before he went to bed. Now his mother came to say good night. "Why does the day have to end?" he asked her. "So night can begin," she said. "Look." She pointed out the window where high in the sky behind the branches of the pear tree, the little boy could see a pale sliver of a moon. "That's the night beginning," his mother said, resting her hand on his shoulder. "The night when the moon and the stars and the darkness are there for you to dream in." "But where does the sun go when the day ends?" the little boy asked. "The day doesn't end," said his mother. "It begins somewhere else. The sun will be shining there when night begins here. Nothing ends." "Nothing?" the little boy asked. "Nothing," his mother said. "It begins in another place or in another way." Thank you. The little boy lay in bed and his mother sat beside him. "Where does the wind go when it stops?" he asked. "It blows awake to make the trees dance somewhere else." See? Dancing trees? Mm-hmm. Well, the wind makes the leaves dance, don't it? "Where does the dandelion fluff go when it blows away?" Shh, 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 shh. Well, I'm going to tell you. The dandelion seeds go to someone else's lawn, right? They make new dandelions. "Where does the mountain go after it hits the top?" Down to where it becomes a valley. See, there's the cows. "Where do waves go when they break on the sand?" "Sucked back into the sea to become waves."
New way.
Thank you. It's hard to read upside down.
Where does the rain go when the storm is over? The clouds to make other storms.
I appreciate that. "Where does the rain go when the storm is over?" "Into clouds to make other storms." Can you sit so other people can see behind you, sweetheart?
Can't you just turn it and it shows the picture when it's done? What does that go in?
"And where do the clouds go when they move across the sky? To make shade somewhere else."
What do they go when to become a new baby?
"And the leaves in the forest when they turn color and fall into." Yeah, why does it happen? Because the leaves have to go into the ground and be part of new trees to make new leaves.
Okay, you're blocking everywhere.
But when the leaves fall, but when the leaves fall, that is the end of something, the little boy said. "It's the end of autumn." "Yes," his mother said, "the end of autumn is when winter begins." Well, when autumn ends, winter begins.
What? And there's a witch. Why is there a witch? Because it's Halloween.
Because of Halloween at the end
And
of
the
autumn,
turkey.
right? Yeah. This is
does.
how we celebrate in autumn and how we celebrate in winter.
And the deer's flying.
"And the end of winter?" the little boy asked.
What happened?
Well, what happens when winter ends is when the snow melts and little birds come back and the beginning of spring happens, said his mother. Yeah, they go away for winter and they come back in the spring and then the flowers go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So after learning all that, the little boy says, "It really does go on and on." He said, "Nothing ends." Yeah, yawn. He looked out at the sky, and the sun was gone completely now. The lovely pink clouds had disappeared, and the sky was dark and purple-black. High above the branches of the pear tree, clearly now the new moon shone. See the moon above the pear trees?
Parrot tree in it.
Parrot tree. No pears. Pears.
Yellow pear tomatoes. Those exist. Wait,
All right.
That is a world. And these questions are kind of like names.
Hello.
Kind
Okay,
of
shh, shh, shh. I'm going to finish the story and then we can go on with everything else, okay?
Okay.
Because for the little boy, his mother said to him, "Today is over. It's time to sleep. And tomorrow morning when you wake, the moon will be beginning night someplace far away, and the sun will be here to begin a new day." And see, he's dreaming.
That's just all the things you saw.
Okay, so that's our story today. I thank you all for listening so well.
Thank you, Cazette, for filling in. Every time I think, man, I wish I had that energy. So, At this point in time, we are entering to our time for ritual and sacred sharing, a time where we share our joys and our sorrows, our concerns and our milestones. So, let's see. Maybe if we can close the door. Oh, thank you. Okay, might help y'all hear what I'm saying. So, sorry, my allergies are a little extra active today. So, for the candles we're going to light, the first candle we will light today. I know that some of you know Orland, who is part of our Salisbury gathering worship location. And his wife Martha has been very ill for some time, and hospice is working with them now. So we certainly light a candle for Orland and Martha during these days. We light a candle for all being impacted by fires around the world, for peace to prevail in the Middle East, and our leaders to be guided by visions of peace and not visions of war. For all who are being impacted by ICE raids and activity. For all areas of violence around the world, and especially the ongoing war in Ukraine. And for our country, that we might live into being a society which is guided by justice and compassion for every single person. Now, at this time, you are invited to come forward as you feel called to do so. I ask that you come forward along the far wall, and then we have our prayer stand. You may fill out a prayer card to place on that stand. We have our candle, and you may light a candle of joy or concern, or you may also place a stone in our shared water together. We now light a few more candles for the things we hold in our hearts which remain unspoken, and also for those who are joining us virtually to honor what is in their hearts as well. At this time, we will have a period of quiet rest, meditation, or prayer. I will sound the singing bowl, and then we will have a time of silence. And during that time of silence, I invite you to settle more fully into your seats and to deepen your breath, and then to be aware of your heart. You might want to place your hand on your heart and just feel connected with it and give thanks for it. After that time of silence, we will all join together in our musical meditation.
This morning's wisdom reading includes selected lyrics from I Can Do It With a Broken Heart by Taylor Swift. I can read your mind. She's having the time of her life. There in her glittering prime, the lights refract sequined stars off her silhouette every night. 'Cause I'm a real tough kid, I can handle it. They said, babe, you gotta fake it till you make it. And I did. Lights, camera, smile, even when you wanna die. Breaking down, I hit the floor. All the pieces of me shattered as the crowd was chanting, more. I was grinning like I'm winning. I was hitting my marks, 'cause I can do it with a broken heart. I'm so depressed. I act like it's my birthday every day. I'm so obsessed with him, but he avoids me like the plague. I cry a lot. But I am so productive. It's an art. You know you're good when you can do it, when you can even do it with a broken heart. You know you're good when you can even do it with a broken heart. You know you're good. I'm good because I'm miserable and nobody knows it.
Thank you, Elaine. So today concludes our sermon series on some Taylor Swift songs. Now, I chose this one for today because it's the one which was most recently written of the various songs that we've looked at these past few weeks. And I'm sure that many of you have heard of the Global Eras Tour, which Swift conducted from 2023 until the end of 2024. 149 shows in 21 countries, massive attendance in large arenas and stadiums, and it ended up becoming the largest grossing tour of all time. Now, I know a few people who were lucky enough to get tickets and have said it was a phenomenal experience. You know, the set itself lasted 3.5 hours. Now, it's on Disney Plus if you want to look at it, if you have 3.5 hours. But one of the amazing things I found is that Swift trained for months in advance. She would run on a treadmill and sing the entire set list for 3.5 hours, which just blows my mind. Now, somehow in the midst of this global tour, Swift wrote a whole album, which included the song that we're focusing on today. Now, she's never confirmed the details of this song, but you know, there's a lot of Taylor Swift fans who are really pretty rabid, right? And so the theory is that she had a very brief romance during the tour, which ended pretty badly. And so there she was in the midst of this global tour. And so this song details a young woman performing at her highest for 3.5 hours in front of tens of thousands of people, and doing it all with a broken heart. Now, when I first heard this song, I started laughing because I thought, oh yeah, I've certainly done it with a broken heart. You know, all the times I have functioned throughout my life when either my heart was broken or perhaps just on the days when I just had enough and wanted to stay in bed, or perhaps go find a secluded beach house to hide out in for a while. So, y'all know those days, don't you? All of us have had days where either we had a broken heart or things were just too much, and we just didn't want to have to go through whatever it was we had to do that day. And sometimes those days had a lot that we had to do. Now, our world is filled with sayings that encourage us to keep going on, no matter how our heart feels. Keep calm and carry on. Keep a stiff upper lip. Press on regardless. Tough times create tough people. Or perhaps don't let the bees get you down. Now, the fact is, we all do have to function in the world, right? We have jobs that we have to continue. We have schoolwork that has to be done. We have responsibilities that we have to uphold. And we all need some kind of persona to function in this world. Even if our heart is breaking, we can't be completely exposed and raw and vulnerable 100% of the time, because we wouldn't be able to function. So to function in this world, we all need some kind of protective veneer that gets us through the day-to-day process of living. Yet, to be human, to be a creature of this divinely inspired universe, means that our hearts will break from time to time. They might break because of the ending of a romantic relationship, or because something very divisive occurs with a family member, or perhaps there's a friendship that's coming to an end. They might break with the passing of a loved one, or they might break when our dreams are denied. They can also break because we see all the harm and evil that is taking place in our world today. Genocide, children locked in concentration camps, people being denied basic human rights, or people who can't quite even pay their bills, even when they're working full time, in a society where billionaires can never spend all the money that they have. All these things that we see around us every day absolutely can break our heart. But the spiritual journey is not about just toughing it out, even though we know there's some days that's just what we have to do. The spiritual journey is about finding ways for our heart to heal, and then creating space for divine light to shine so much more brightly. We all have this inner divine light, just symbolized through this chalice light, which we gather every time that we are together. We gather and we light a chalice. Even if it's a business meeting that we're having on Zoom with a committee or a team, we light our chalice that reflects our own inner divine light. Finding ways for our heart to heal allows this inner divine flame to flame so much more brightly. Now, we all know our hearts will be broken. So how do we work towards healing? Now, Mirabai Starr is an author and spiritual activist who lost an adult child a few years back. And she's written a great deal about how to continue to go forth in this world, to do the very important spiritual work that she is doing with a broken heart. She says that we need to create holy or sacred space for the broken heart. We need to create holy or sacred space for our broken heart. And she states that the first way that we do this, the first thing we do is that we need to be. The first thing we do is that we need to be present with that broken heart and that pain. Now, we all know we live in a society that tells us we must constantly be doing something. If we don't do something, then we're lazy, we're not contributing to society, we're unproductive, we're just, leeching off other people, right? There's this Puritan work ethic which still underlies so much of what we encounter in today's world. But the spiritual journey is about being, which is a very countercultural, radical thing to do in this world. To do, just to be. And when our journey is at that point where we are having the journey of the broken heart, we are called firstly to be present with it. Being present is to listen to our heart, to offer awareness and care. Now, while we know that there are moments and days when we have to go about our necessary work, we can still offer our heart's care during these times. Now, it might mean carving out some time, some space to sit with that pain, to allow ourselves to cry, because tears are a gift of the Spirit and they are healing. To journal or to create something that has meaning for us, to be out in nature, or perhaps to process with a friend or a trusted individual. Now, being present with our broken heart does not mean that we spend our time with distraction. Distraction's okay, and it has its place, and there's times that we need that. And thank goodness there's lots of really cute dog and cat puppy videos that we can watch when we need some distraction. But being truly present means giving the heart the attention it needs. Now, we can think about a physical wound. If we have a physical wound, it needs care. If we just ignore it, it's never going to heal properly. And it can have some hugely damaging impact on us in ways far beyond that one location where the wound is. It's the same thing with the heart. It needs care, attention, healing, or the damage can be so much more than we can imagine. So creating space for the broken heart means that first, we are present with our broken heart. And second, once the heart has some needed attention, we start to exercise it. So how do we exercise a heart along a spiritual journey? We do so by loving. By loving. We give, we receive love. We embody love. Once our heart's been broken by whatever the situation, circumstances, I think many of us know from experience, love and trust doesn't always come easily afterwards. But true healing is learning to embody love once again. Now, that might be a little easier for us if we can imagine or if we have experienced where the brokenness is with an individual. But if our broken heart is coming about because of the state of the world, that can be a lot more difficult. Now, I know many of you have heard this well-known quote from Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. "The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice." The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. Now, as Unitarian Universalists, justice is one of our 7 core values. And what is at the center of our values is love. Imagine the 7 values. Some of y'all have seen the graphic we use a lot, where they're listed out, and at the center is love. All the values that we hold dear, including justice, are possible because we hold love at the center. When we love others, we help create more justice in this world. Now think of all the very important work that our social action team is doing to help bring about justice in this world. And we do that because we hold love at the center. And so many of you, I know about so much work that you do. I'm sure there's so many things that you do I don't have any awareness of either. working towards justice in big and small ways. We do this because we hold love at the center. We work for social justice because we are agents of love. And with the grounding of love, our hearts are stronger, no matter what we might see in the world that breaks our hearts. And the arc of the moral universe will continue to bend towards justice because we are helping shape that arc through our love. So we've all functioned with broken hearts, but functioning and truly living are different things. When we are present with our broken hearts and then learn to exercise it with love, our hearts will be on the way to healing and to helping heal a broken world. May it be so. Blessed be. Amen.
Thank you, Darlene. We know that the financial contributions to this congregation come from sacrifice and hard work. We are so grateful for this and commit together to ensure the funds we gather collectively do greater good for ourselves and for our world than they could ever have been done alone. May there be an offering now to sustain and grow the life and mission of this congregation. May we give in love and hope. This month we're sharing our offering plate with Time Out Youth. Time Out Youth's mission is to support lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning youth by offering vital programs, fostering unconditional acceptance, and creating safe spaces for self-expression through leadership, community support, and advocacy. Our hosts will now pass the baskets, and we ask that as you pass the baskets down the row when you receive it. You may have a place and a gift of baskets. Excuse me. That's my prologue. You may place your gift in the baskets as they make their way around the room, and you're also welcome to give online at puuc.org or by texting PUUC at the number 73256. And today's offering will now gratefully be received.
As always, we give thanks for the generous gifts that you offer our beloved community, not just here in these baskets, but all the other many gifts that you offer to this beloved community. I invite you now to please rise and body your spirit for our closing hymn. It's found in our Till hymnal, number 1028.
Thank you.
before we extinguish our chalice, I offer thanks for all the many volunteers who help make our service possible on Sunday. I also ask if you are able to help take the hymnals over to the cart after the service. That's always a huge help. Let's do as we do each Sunday and take a few moments to give thanks, either in our hearts or with words for others to hear, for the things for which we are grateful today.
I'm grateful for all the beautiful children who are here.
All the beautiful children, yes, and grateful for those who volunteer with them too, yes.
Beautiful, opinionated children, very opinionated.
Yes, sir.
I'm grateful to all the visitors that we had, and very, very grateful for the congregation who helped us see them.
Oh, yes, always grateful for visitors, very much so, thank you.
Great.
Sorry, you
Go ahead.
Huh?
You can go.
Oh, thank you. My beautiful fiance for telling me about this church.
Thank you. And for our live stream viewers, we have one of our visitors who's grateful for his beautiful fiance and for that she's brought him to this church today. So glad to see y'all again. So.
Grateful for the people that we don't have to wear the veneer around.
Oh, absolutely. Grateful for the people that we don't have to wear the veneer around. Yeah. Amen. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's another amen. Grateful for dental insurance. Yeah. Yeah, all of us in the office are trying to have a contest to see who can have the most new crowns. So, yeah, we're all.
I'm grateful because my significant other called me this morning and said he had 3 cats sleeping on his patio, and one of them was a little ginger cat. So I rushed over there to take some food for 3 cats. It made me feel happy.
All right. Gail getting to explore 3 cats a day. So, very wonderful. Well, we are grateful for all these things and also so much more which we hold in our hearts this morning. And before we end, I also want to remind everyone that Ray, you want to hold your hand up? Okay. will be around to let you know about this fantastic course that he's going to be starting to do. It's via Zoom, meeting monthly and starting mid-September. So definitely talk to Ray and find out more about that. So let us go forth, hearts filled with joy, hearts exercising the love that we share together. We now extinguish our chalice, but we carry its light, its warmth, and its meaning with us until we meet again. May we go in peace, believe in peace, create peace wherever we may wander. Now for our closing song, we form a circle. You may hold hands if you would like, or you may simply place your hands on your heart.
Thank you.